Okay, we're live and we'll be seeing some people hopping in as soon as they can.
Perfect. Yeah, you just let me know when is the best time to start and I'll be ready.
Yeah. We've got a few people popping in, so I'll just give everybody a few seconds to pop in. Welcome everyone. Today we're talking about email copywriting with Jessie here. So just a few housekeeping notes. If you've got questions or want to say something, pull up the chat and then make sure it's set to all panelists and attendees, and I will monitor that. So we've got a few people coming in slowly but surely, but it is 11 o'clock, so I don't want to keep people waiting. So I'm going to hand it over to you. Let you sort of
Perfect.
introduce yourself.
Amazing. Thank you so much. So my name is Jessie. I am a full-time travel blogger. I'm coming to you live from my apartment here in Manhattan where, we're all quarantining. But yeah, I'm really excited to share this presentation with you because for me, email is one of the most important things I feel I do in my business. So yeah, if you guys are ready, I'm happy to just pop right over to the slides and dive in.
I think you should.
Awesome.
I think that would be great.
Perfect. All right, so let me just grab those. And perfect. Does everybody see the slides? Kayla, can you tell me if
I can see them. Yes.
Perfect. Okay, so let me just move. Oh, sorry, one sec. I just have to move the little Zoom bar a bit. Okay, there we go. All right, so my name is Jessie Festa. My main travel blog is Jessie on a Journey. And today I'm going to be talking about email copywriting. So just in case you're wondering if you're in the right place, you are in the right place if you love the idea of connecting on a deeper level with your community. You want to learn how to write emails that your audience looks forward to opening. You're looking for a way to ethically increase sales and/or affiliate income, and you'd like help creating an effective content plan for your email marketing strategy. So a little bit more about who I am. My name is Jessie Festa, as I said. I'm a full-time travel blogger. I actually have two blogs. One is jessieonajourney.com and the other is epicureanculture.com. I also run an online membership community called Travel Blog Prosperity, where I help travel and other niche bloggers take their blogs full-time and run a profitable online business from anywhere in the world. I monetize my blog through a variety of avenues. First of all, I sell products. I have blogging courses as well as NYC photo tours. Those are my two main kind of product lines. I do affiliate marketing. I work with brands. I run display ads with a company called Mediavine, and I create content for outside companies. And I would say the number one strategy that I've used to ramp up my income in almost all of these areas is email marketing. Really, aside for creating content for other companies, email helps me with all of these things. And I truly believe that the best way to earn an income is through growing and nurturing a community that you can help. And email can certainly be a way to do that. There we go. And I just wanted to also let you know before we dive in further that I do have a free resource library for you. It's called the Free Travel Blogger Resource Library, but really it is good for anyone who is a blogger who has an online business. There are workbooks, mini courses, checklists, cheat sheets, tutorials on how to grow your Facebook, all kinds of things in there. So, and lots of resources on email marketing and list building and all of that great stuff. So the link is right there, jessieonajourney.com/free-blog-resources if you want to grab access to that. Now, let's start off by talking about the benefits of list building for social media. I know personally many of my students and the people in my community are often, on social media, and they are still wondering if they should even build an email list. Like, what's the big deal? What are the benefits? So for one, and I think this might be the biggest benefit, is you own your email list. So for example, I had my Facebook page hacked in January, and I was really fortunate that I got it back in like a week. But I met many people that wasn't the case, like many business owners who had 16,000 plus followers on Facebook or Instagram and never got their pages back because Facebook and Instagram have terrible customer support. The only reason I got mine back was I was relentless and literally emailed everyone I knew to get a personal contact at Facebook, and that's how I got it back. But I don't own that page. Like, Facebook doesn't owe me anything to get it back. So you actually own your list. If, for example, say, MailChimp or whoever went out of business, you could export your list and you could upload it to ConvertKit or MailerLite or whatever. I find email to be, just a really easy platform to be authentic. We've all pretty much probably been using email since we had the internet. When I think we got a computer at my house when I was like 13 or 14, and we had the library internet or whatever, and we had emails to go with that. I had never heard of Facebook, Instagram, Twitter, TikTok, or anything else at that time. And for many people, using Instagram or these platforms might be something really new to them, and they might just be doing it for their business, where email is something that you've probably just been using and you know how to use it. These are also your most dedicated fans. It's really easy to like someone's Facebook page or their Instagram account. It takes a lot more to give someone your email address and say, yes, you can email me. So when someone gives you that email, you know that they really want to hear from you. And there is no need to battle changing algorithms. For example, most experts say that only about up to somewhere like 10% of your followers see your Instagram and Facebook posts. And I actually have an example on the right. That's my tour company. And you could see in the screenshot on the left, I have about almost 10,000 followers. But then on the right, you can see barely any of those people are actually seeing what I'm posting. Whereas with email, you do have the opportunity to get in people's inboxes, whether they open that, you have to pick a good subject line and things like that. But you do have the opportunity to be seen by everyone on your list. Also, there are no character limits or must-use content types. In fact, you could use videos in your email like I did there on the right. You could take a link to your Instagram post and put it in the email. You can link to blog posts. There's really no limit to what you can do in an email. You can automate much of your strategy, which is great. I recommend, if you don't have one yet, setting up a nice welcome onboarding sequence for your new subscribers, just to welcome them to the community and warm them up right away. Some of the emails I'll show you today, you can actually use in your onboarding sequence, which is great. And email does tend to have a higher conversion rate than many social media platforms. Of course, if you're on Instagram every day and you've really mastered that platform, you could see much higher results. But for the most part, people do see that email just naturally has a higher conversion rate. Now, I grabbed this screenshot from OptinMonster. It's from 2020, current list building stats. And you can see the many benefits of email right there, very visually. Has more users. It's a preferred channel for promotions for most people. The conversion rate is higher. The open, click-through, and engagement rates are higher. And the return on investment, I mean, I guess they couldn't even calculate it for social media, but you can tell it's higher. Now, here is how a well-nurtured list can benefit you. Your email list can be a powerful tool that helps you build a passionate community, that helps you sell products and services that serve your audience, that allows you to promote affiliate partners that serve your audience. I know a lot of people in my community, at least, they do affiliate marketing on blog posts all the time, but a lot of them forget that this can be a really powerful strategy to combine with your email marketing as well. You could also sell out events if you host events that serve your community, and so much more. Again, you're getting in front of these people that want to hear from you in a way that tends to convert really high. So very, very powerful. And here's just a little kind of graph that I created in Canva. But I have seen a direct correlation in my business in terms of just my income going up with the amount of subscribers that I have. So I know that Opt-in Monster had, I think it's a 6% conversion rate for email. In this graph, I actually used Teachable's 2% that they usually use as a conversion rate. It varies, of course, by your industry and things like that. But the point is, as you grow your list, you will likely see an increase in your income just with the number of subscribers growing, as long as you have an email marketing strategy that you use. Now, it all starts with understanding your unique gifts. So we each have our own unique skills, talents, and experiences that make us who we are. And through your business, you can share those with others who would benefit from those gifts. And your email list is a powerful place to get these people together to begin receiving and benefiting from what you have to offer. So once you understand your gifts, you then can create your mission statement. And I love this template. I help a group of people do how you help. So you want to fill in those blanks for yourself. And then once you understand that, everything else just becomes so much easier. You'll know what to write about on your blog, on social media, in your emails, of course, what products to create, what affiliates to work with. And here are just some examples. I help ethical travelers find the world's best sustainable hotels. I help women make self-care a priority. I help brides plan their wedding on a budget. Now, let's talk for a moment about the reason people read emails. In short, they read them to make their lives better, whether that's by getting a discount from a coupon you send, winning a prize in a giveaway you share about, buying a product that would benefit them, learning something new. There's many different sub-reasons that people open emails, but at the end of the day, they're opening them to have a positive impact on their life in some way. So then your goal as somebody sending an email is that every time someone opens an email from you, they feel like they have benefited in some way. There's always something you can send. I'm going to give you ideas in this presentation, but what's really important is that if for some reason you're just having a day where you are not inspired, you cannot think of anything to write, I would say skip writing an email that week, because it is so much better to skip a week than to send an email that has no value at all, and then people, unsubscribe, or even worse, potentially report you as spam. That does happen when people don't like what you've written, which is kind of, you want to make sure you're adding value, basically. So once you know who you'll help and how, it's time to research their problems to pinpoint their associated pain points. And pain points are just the feelings and emotions surrounding a problem. So of course you want to help people solve problems, but if you could really dig into those feelings and emotions and help people feel better about those, you'll really be able to move people and help them feel connected to you. So here are just some examples of pain points people might experience: fear, pain, anger, overwhelm, burden, discomfort, stuckness, foolishness, desperation. The list goes on and on. And here's a little exercise for digging deeper for pain points. So you have a problem that exists for your audience member. Let's say that they can't get traffic to their travel photography website. Now, why is this a problem? Because without traffic, it's tough to sell their travel photography course. Why is this something they want? Because more sales equal more money. Why do they desire this outcome? Because they want to be successful. And why is this important? Because they want to spend time with and provide for their family, have validation that their work isn't for nothing, and do something that feels meaningful. So you can see, you just want to keep asking why to really dig deeper into the meaning of why people want something, why this problem is so important for them to solve. Now, pro tip, I know it can be tricky to sort of guess what your audience wants to know and what problems they face. So I love utilizing niche forums and groups like Facebook groups and Reddit forums, Quora forums. Here's an example of a screenshot from the Solo Travel Forum on Reddit. And you can see, you could just scroll down, see the questions that people are asking, and you'll start to be able to understand what problems they face and what they really want to know about your topic. And then from there, of course, you can create your content, including your emails, with this in mind. Now, One thing I find extremely powerful is to think of your emails as stories. And I love this quote from Lisa Cron of Wired for Story. Story, as it turns out, was crucial to our evolution, more so than opposable thumbs. Opposable thumbs let us hang on. Story told us what to hang on to. And, she talks about evolution in this quote, but actually many studies have shown that, especially when compared to someone just sharing facts, which just lights up a small portion of the brain, when you actually tell stories, a much, different parts of the brain start lighting up, and it helps people connect to you and also remember what you've said. So again, it becomes much easier to move people with your emails. And with each email, you can ask yourself, is there a story or example that can bring this email content to life and make it more memorable and relatable? Now, I just totally made this example up in my head. There's no Johnny's Pizzeria. But let me just share this with you to give you kind of a visual of this. So example one could be a non-story, and that could be someone saying, when visiting NYC, you should spend some time in the West Village. There are loads of restaurants and cafes with delicious food and a great atmosphere. Versus example two, where there's a true story being told. One reason to visit NYC's West Village is Johnny's Pizzeria. Johnny was an Italian immigrant who came over from Naples, Italy in 1889, bringing with him his family's secret pizza recipe. The pizzeria is still in the same family, and Johnny's grandson still won't reveal the secret ingredients. So if you read that, you're probably going to be much more likely to remember this story, want to actually take action with the information, and connect with the person who wrote the email as well. Now, this is the main strategy that I use for my email marketing. It's called Give, 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 Ask. It's actually an idea from Gary Vaynerchuk, and I've applied it to my email, and it's worked so, so well. So the idea is very, very simple. For every time you ask for something, for example, you ask your audience to purchase your product, you want to make sure that you are padding that with 3 emails that are pure giving. You're not asking for anything. You're just sharing, welcoming new subscribers to the community, teaching a valuable strategy, letting them know a new piece of content published. You might be inviting them to take part in special offers, giveaways, and events. You might be starting a discussion about current events. Sharing your before and after story. We're going to go over that email in this presentation. That's one of my favorite emails to send. You might be sharing your favorite free apps, tools, and resources. You might break down common misconceptions, fears, or myths related to your topic. Or maybe you share about a free challenge or e-course that you've created. This is not an exhaustive list. The sky is the limit. Get as creative as possible. But the point is that you're just giving. And like I said before, with every email you send, you want to have a purpose. And again, if you can't think of the purpose of writing the email, you're just writing because you think you should, I would say take a little break, even if you need to skip a week, and come back to it later when you can say, okay, this is the value that people are going to get out of this email. So what I want to do now is go over 3 give emails that you could send with a visual example, as well as an ask email. And I'm going to show you how you can use these different types of emails, as well as do so in a way that does so in a storytelling way, like I said. So the first email I love to send is your story. And this isn't your life story. This is your before and after story as it relates to your mission. So basically what you want to do here is show people that you were once in their place and create basically a relatable model for them. I actually have a life coaching certification. And one of the things we learned, really big thing they drilled in, was the power of having a relatable model, of seeing people that you relate to and saying, okay, if they can do it, so can I. Really helps up motivation and helps people reach goals and get things done. So you want them to see you as their before, as where they are now, and then you now as their after, as where they're not quite yet, but you've done it so they can too. So here is an example from my own, my story email. I actually send this email within my automated email sequence that people are placed into as soon as they subscribe to my email list. This is the second email that I send after, they get the welcome email that first day. And then about 2 days later, I'll send this email. So there was a little bit of an intro that got cut off and then a photo of me. So there was a heading then, it said, who's Jessie? And then I'll start. See that lady in red up there? That's me, Jessie. I started my blog in 2011, a venture that was met with much disapproval from my friends and family. Keep in mind, this was before blogging was really a thing. A conversation in a bar might go something like, stranger, so what do you do for work? Me, I'm a travel blogger. Stranger, looks at me like I've just sprouted an extra head before asking me if I'm speaking English. I didn't grow up with social media or a smartphone. Facebook was reserved only for those with college email addresses and was used almost exclusively for finding out where to party on campus. I knew nothing about gadgets, and the term HTML sounded like a scary disease. But I wanted to continue traveling. I saw myself roaming the globe, sitting in coffee shops in Paris and Melbourne, getting paid to share my stories. This was a very different picture than the one my loved ones envisioned, which was more along the lines of wearing a suit to my swanky office in Midtown Manhattan. They'd all thought I'd grow out of the travel phase once college ended, but it only got stronger. To appease those around me, I played the part, going on interviews, but every time I thought of spending my days at the same desk, having someone else tell me what I could eat or take a vacation, or when I could eat or take a vacation, I felt sick. I know society says you're supposed to go to college and get a 9-to-5 job, but what if I didn't want that? So I want to pause there and just say, all of these little kind of anecdotes and ideas that I'm sharing are things that I know my audience will relate to because I've done the research on my audience. Really, they're me, again, before I kind of made it where I am now, where I'm doing this full time. But I know these thoughts, thinking, having friends and family thinking that you would grow out of this phase, that you still have it, and then you sort of feel like you're immature, but you're still wanting to travel all the time. That's something that people have told me they've dealt with over and over again. I actually keep a spreadsheet of the comments and questions I get from my audience so that I can know these things so well about them. So really, when I'm sharing my before story, I am keeping this in mind, that these are all kind of things that I know they'll relate to. And most of my audience is, in their 30s or so, they're 25 to 45 about. So I know even saying, Facebook was reserved only for those with college email addresses. I know a lot of them will relate to that as well because they're about my age. So then I go, I know society says you're supposed to go to college and then get a 9-to-5 job, but what if I didn't want that? So I knew I had to keep traveling and living on my own terms, but I had no idea where to start. By this point, I'd noticed other regular people, not travel show host celebrities, creating gorgeous travel blogs that actually earned an income. This was my calling. I just needed to figure out how to make it happen. So I started a blog, waitressing on the side while I built it. And again, I know, little aside here, that this is where a lot of people are in my community with building their blog. I know that when I say, this was my calling, I want them to read those bold letters and feel it in their own hearts, like something that they are thinking as well, so that they can connect with the statement. So my waitressing job, I built the blog on the side, which soon led to a slew of writing assignments for big magazines and my own responsible tourism publication, Epicurean Culture, and partnerships with brands like Marriott, Amazon, American Express, and JetBlue, and photography gigs for hotels and tour operators that really loved my work on Instagram, and a blog coaching business, and now a multi-service travel hub offering professional blogging classes, NYC photo tours, and global travel planning. It wasn't long before I was able to quit waitressing to work on my blogging business full time. So you could see I started with not knowing what I was doing and ended with, getting to do this full time, really painting that picture. And then at the end, I share that, I still pinch myself that I'm living my dream. My hard work paid off in such a big way. Your story. So I really want them to see that this is possible for them. Whether you want to start your own travel blog or already sharing your passions online, or you just want to know how to explore the world more, I know what it feels like. So about once per week via email, I share strategies, tips, and resources that help you make a bigger impact with your blog. Because it is very possible to wake up each day feeling excited to get out of bed, walking around with that anything is possible glow that everyone should have, including you. So I let them know that this is in my automated email sequence. They're new subscribers, so I want them to stick around. I want them to be excited to open these emails. So I say, stay tuned for loads of valuable content to come. For now, I'm going to share with you some of my most helpful posts for budding bloggers. So this makes, again, a lot of sense to share right now because I really want them to say, okay, I'm feeling amped up. I'm feeling inspired. This is so possible. She shares all these strategies. I can't wait for her to send the next email. So for you, I want you to consider what story can you share to become a relatable model to your audience. Now, another email that you can send, another give email, is to break down a misconception. This is another email that I personally include in my automated nurture sequence that people are placed into. I know a lot of other bloggers that do this, and this can be a really, really great email to send, early on once they're right in your email list, once they've just joined, just to get them in the right headspace to say, okay, yes, I can do this. You're kind of getting rid of those fears that they might have, any myths, any things that they're incorrectly believing. It's nice to break those down in the beginning so that once you pitch your product, they feel more ready to take action. So 2 misconceptions for travel bloggers are that you need to quit your job and you need to be able to travel full time. So I want to let them know that these things are not true. So this email I just took some snippets from. And on the left it says, if you read my earlier emails, you know I got started blogging shortly after graduating college. And while I did quit the 9-to-5 life after the birth of Jessie on a Journey, she's kind of my baby, I didn't throw everything to chance and assume I'd start making a living on my website right away. Instead, I gave myself a safety net and waitressed on the side while I built up the blog. It took over a year before I was comfortable enough to take on the digital nomad lifestyle completely. And then on the right, I continue, the honest truth, I'm a full-time travel blogger and I do not travel full-time. I love travel and I do it very frequently, but I also love cuddling on the couch with my boyfriend and cat in our cozy Manhattan apartment. I have the time freedom to travel whenever I want. However, I choose to spend more time nowadays in NYC than on the road. Do I ever look at the other travel bloggers who are in a different city every day and wonder, should I be doing that? Not really. They're doing their thing and I'm doing mine. I'm happy to have a life balance with home and travel, just like I'm happy for them to be journeying along a never-ending road. This is the beauty of being your own boss. You make the rules. It's also the beauty of being a blogger. To build a community, it's important to be yourself. Success from being yourself, now that's what I'm talking about. So again, really showing them what's true and what's not, and also letting them know some of the benefits of being a full-time travel blogger. So that's ultimately, the goal of my audience, helping them do that. So I'm also sharing, like getting to be your own boss. You get to kind of, make your own rules and create your own schedule and decide where you want to be. So now I want you to think about, what is a misconception related to your topic, particularly to your product, that might stop people from taking the action you want them to take? Another give email, and this is probably the most common email that I send. I do have a teaching email in my automated nurture sequence, but I also send teaching emails like at least once a month, often more. So teaching a strategy related to my mission of helping people start profitable travel blogs. So this one says, when bloggers in my community ask what the one monetization strategy is they should focus on, I don't even skip a beat with my reply: affiliate marketing. No matter what your niche or your strategy, working with affiliate partners that you love and that you know would benefit your audience is an ethical and effective way to make money. The thing is, it's not as simple as just sprinkling links into blog posts and hoping people click. You need a strategy. And by the way, that where I say it's not as simple as just sprinkling links into blog posts and hoping people click, I know in my community, just by working with them, that is something that people tend to just do. So that's why I thought to put it there. Luckily, this email will provide you some powerful affiliate marketing tips that can help you build one. And then I let them know that it does have affiliate links. Let me first share a story. One of my favorite affiliate programs is Ultimate Bundles, a company selling all types of niche product bundles focused on everything from blogging to travel to self-care to finances and beyond. Their program makes it super easy to sell the bundles to your audience because they provide high commissions, they provide email swipe copy and beautiful social media assets. Their bundles cover a wide variety of niches, so you can find the perfect one for your community. They typically create a freebie for you to promote your audience, like a webinar or ebook, to help warm your audience up for the sale. The bundles are offered for a very limited time, creating urgency, and the bundles are sold at an unbelievable price, often up to 98% off to usual total price. So I'm sharing with them a really great affiliate program for them to join that can help them increase their income. But I'm also sharing information on why the offer is so valuable. So even if they don't work with Ultimate Bundles, they're still getting some insight into how they can create an affiliate marketing strategy and a great affiliate offer to put in front of their audience. So when I promote a number of their bundles, the one I look forward to every year is the Genius Bloggers Toolkit. Not only do I promote the GBTK as an affiliate, but I also contribute a product, meaning my commissions get bumped up to 40%, from 40% to 70%, plus I get a contributor bonus at the end, which led me to earning over $3,000 during 2019 6-day promotion without writing a single blog post about the bundle. And that's also, something that I think would surprise many people in my audience and be a great takeaway for them. I'm trying to teach them how to make more money with affiliate marketing. And you can write an email in much less time than a blog post and still do really well. Now, I'll be honest, seeing this success had nothing to do with luck or throwing something into the world and hoping it stuck. It was pure strategy, including getting clear on my blog's mission, targeting the people who would truly benefit from my mission, getting these people onto my email list where I can nurture and further help them, including with offers that are truly worthwhile, promoting the affiliate offers that I knew had the power to truly change the lives of my audience, like the GBTK and other Ultimate Bundles products. Now, for me, the strategy involved mainly sending a series of emails to my audience. For you, it may involve another channel where you feel your audience is more engaged, or a mix of platforms. No matter what channel you choose, my number one tip for you is this: be intentional with everything you do. If you're spending 10 hours a week on Instagram, know why you're doing that. What is your end goal, and how will achieving this goal grow your blogging business? If you want to make sales, have a clear idea of how each step in your strategy connects to the other. If you have no idea why you're sending that email, you just heard you should, then something is missing in your strategy. The big picture means the big picture matters not only because it will help you grow and make more money, but because you'll stop wasting time doing things that don't matter. Pretty sweet, right? So right there, I'm also highlighting a benefit of kind of taking what I'm sharing with them and putting it into practice. Saving time and worrying about wasting time is a big pain point. So if I can help them not do that, that's a big plus. So then I just share some programs that can also help them make more money with their affiliate marketing, just to make this email as valuable as possible. So for your teaching emails, what is a strategy you can teach related to your topic that would empower your audience, show off your expertise, and help you help them? And now I want to share an ask email. So for this, the ask, is I'm asking them to actually make a purchase. And I do that in a way that shares a story and really takes them through what I think of as like almost like a mental journey, connecting with them by really, again, thinking about how my life used to be versus what it became after I was able to kind of turn things around. So the beginning and end are a little cut off, but I think you'll get the picture. So it says, I still remember the first few years of growing my blog. My schedule looks something like this: wake up, maybe shower if I had time, possibly brush my hair if I had time, chain myself to my laptop, living on the bag of Doritos I kept on my desk for easy access because I didn't have time to walk all the way to the kitchen and make actual lunch. The thing is, I started my travel blog to give myself freedom from the 9-to-5 grind, freedom to travel when I pleased, freedom to be my own boss and be creative. One day I just broke down, because you will eventually break down if you run yourself into the ground like this. I took a long, hard look at my frizzy-haired, old robe-clad self in the mirror and realized this was not freedom. This was a self-made prison worse than any cubicle. After a lot of self-reflection, I realized the problem wasn't blogging or the quest to be a successful entrepreneur. It was being so consumed in moving from task to task that I never looked up to see what was working in my business or to consider how I could work smarter instead of longer or harder. If this story resonates with you, then you won't want to miss the Ultimate Productivity Bundle. This collection of digital products truly has the power to change your life. Heck, it has the power to give your life back to you. And then I have a link to purchase. So in that email, I'm really trying to paint for them the benefits. You know, I could say, oh, the bundle has this many courses in it. It has this many workbooks and this many video tutorials or whatever. But the real benefit is going to be the transformation. So I'm taking the transformation that they'll get from this bundle and pairing it with a story. So what story can you share to make the benefits of purchasing a product, whether your own product or an affiliate product, clear? So now that I've shared some emails you can send, I want to talk about some tips that can help you really just take your email marketing to the next level, connect with your audience, and by connecting with your audience and nurturing your audience, make more money. So tip number one is email regularly. I personally email once per week. In my opinion, I think once per month should be the minimum. The thing that you ultimately want to do is stay front of mind for your audience when it comes to your topic. So if you're I keep using travel because I'm a travel blogger, but if your niche is yoga travel, well, when your audience thinks of yoga travel, you want them to think of you. So by emailing them, say on a weekly basis, you're going to stay front of mind. And especially if you're sending really moving, helpful emails, they're really going to think of you as the one that they want to turn to for help with this topic. Also, don't neglect your subject. Like I was saying before, you have the ability to get in front of your whole list with email marketing. But if you have, a boring email subject line or one that doesn't really entice people to click, well, it doesn't matter if your email is super helpful because people aren't going to see it. So I took some little screenshots from OptinMonster. So on the left, it says, according to a report by Experian, using emojis in your subject lines can increase your open rates by 45%. So just something to think about. They show these emojis here. These are the most popular ones. So, not saying you can't use any other emoji, but something to think about. Also on the right, there's a screenshot that says 47% of email recipients decide to open your email based on the subject line. That is a lot of people. And 69% of email recipients report email as spam based solely on the subject line. So I mentioned that kind of before. It's not exactly fair, but it does happen that if people feel annoyed by, the subject line or the email content, they could report you as spam, which could hurt your deliverability. So one thing I'll say with that is to make sure that you're not being clickbaity, right? You're not promising to teach people how to use affiliate marketing, but then just trying to sell them something. So if you want to see some more information on email subject lines, here is a link to the blog post that I got these graphics from, but they have 101 email subject lines your subscribers can't resist. So there's so many ideas in there. And even ideas that maybe you're like, okay, this isn't exactly for me, but I could tweak it a little bit to fit what I'm trying to put out there. And just another tip, I've seen this with my own email marketing, but I've also seen so many studies on it. Adding the word video in your subject line has been shown to increase opens. So of course, don't use that word if there's no video, but you might consider if you create videos that you might start sharing them in your emails. Tip number 3, use your own voice. I feel like sometimes people really want to seem super professional or what they think professional should be. But especially now in 2020, you really can do great things just by being yourself, really like sharing it in your own voice. And I took 3 screenshots here of 3 people that I follow and whose emails I love. Obviously, Kayla of Ivory Mix right there on the left. We've got Natalie Bright in the center and a woman named Allison Marshall on the right. And even just by looking at these emails, you can see their personalities are totally different just by the fonts, the colors, the emojis. Kayla's emails I always find to be very helpful, very visual, which goes so well with what she does because she's so great at visuals. Natalie Bright, she is very earthy, very into teaching about the inner work you can do, kind of like the manifestation, doing shadow work, things like that. And I feel like you could see that right by her fonts and the words that she uses, wildly aligned, light leader, things like that. Allison Marshall, she's very energetic. I would say spunky, crazy, fun. She's always wearing like she always has like rainbows and unicorns and cats and super bright colors in her marketing. So even her voice, hold on to your butt, Jessica, name that movie. Why? Because I've got a fresh new podcast episode. Like that is her voice totally. There are plenty of other people who would create, say, a podcast episode on a similar topic or just share with their audience that a podcast episode published, but they're not going to share it in the way Allison does because she uses her own voice. And you know what? I'm sure not everyone loves it, but the people that she wants in her audience will connect with her through that voice. So when it comes to your voice, I know this can be sort of confusing to people. Consider your brand mission, your brand personality, your brand values, your brand beliefs, and just what you want people to think of when they hear from you. So if you're wanting to be a family-friendly brand, well, that's going to be a different voice than kind of the spunky woman who's cursing in her copy, which either one is perfectly fine, but it's just which one do you want to use for your branding. I took this screenshot from an article from Career Addict where they were showing brand personas. This is a popular exercise to do where you sort of take your brand and you write it as if it was a person, or you talk about it in terms of what qualities it has. So for Dove, it says, Dove relates to women of all ages, shapes, and sizes across the world. With a relatable, simple, and elegant brand personality, Dove represents the essence of true inner beauty. And with effective marketing tactics, the skincare company has become an industry pioneer with a brand persona that's unique to everyone. So, this is a very short bio, but you get a lot of information in that, especially with these words, say, relatable, simple, and elegant. Once you have a few descriptions like that for your own brand, you can keep them in mind when crafting not just your emails, but your social media, your blog posts, your products, everything. And I always like to picture a friend when I'm writing my emails. I think email, is so powerful when it's conversational, when people feel like they are chatting with you. So really picture one person in front of you as you're writing your email and write it out and then read it back and say, okay, does this sound like I'm just talking to someone? Does this sound engaging and fun and relaxed? So tip number 4, you can turn blog and social posts into emails. So this is a great way to sort of, you write like an amazing Instagram post, let's say, and you're like, oh, I want more people to see this. Well, you can definitely repurpose it for other channels, including email. So you can see I just grabbed 2 screenshots. The one on the left is myself talking about mindset. And then the one on the right is Kayla, how to simplify your life. Like she could definitely take that graphic and turn it into a blog post, into an email. I could take that mindset is everything and flesh out that idea in an email as well. Now, tip number 5, end with a call to action. So even in your give emails, you could have a call to action. Of course, a call to action could be purchasing an affiliate product or your own product, but it could be hitting reply and responding to your email. This is one that I absolutely love because you can get so much great information about your community. And again, I keep that spreadsheet. I note everything that people say to me, the questions that they have, what resonates with them. You could have them click a link to maybe visit your Instagram or check out a YouTube video that you created. You could have them watch a video, sign up for a free webinar you're hosting, follow you on Instagram, join a Facebook group that you run, maybe have them listen to a podcast episode or download a new freebie that you created. But it just helps kind of help them further with a lot of these. If you're having them watch a video, there should be a reason you're having them watch the video. They should be getting something out of it. So it's a way to just kind of help them further and also keep them in your network so that they're not just ending the email, but you're kind of converting them further. Even with those just give emails, you're growing your relationship. You're becoming more memorable to them. All right, so that is what I have for you all. Here is, again, that bonus freebie, the resource library. If you're interested in that, it's jessieonajourney.com/free-blog-resources. And if you have any questions, I can take questions now, but you're also welcome to email me at jessie@jessieonajourney.com. I have a page here, jessieonajourney.com/get-started, with a bunch of free quizzes, freebies, workbooks, all kinds of things for bloggers and business owners. And then social media, I'm pretty much Jessie on a Journey everywhere, except Twitter, Jess on a Journey.
Well, thank you so much, Jessie. I think I absolutely loved this, and I would love to hear any questions anyone has, but also I would love to hear what their number one like takeaway is, like what their next actions are going to be, just from watching this. Because I know one of the things that I always talk about, and you touched on it, and that I think is really powerful and an easy next step, is to repurpose content that you already have into emails.
Yeah. And I think too, like, one, that would be a good next takeaway. You spend so much time, even like on an Instagram post, sometimes I'm spending an hour on one just thinking of the caption. Like, I really do try to think about, okay, is there a way to share this on other channels, turn this into an email? In my emails too, what I'll often do is I will take, say, that mindset Instagram I shared. I'll write it and then I'll link to the Instagram and I say, here's the visual of this thought or something like that to get them over to Instagram. But I would also say a next step would be to plan out your next give, ask emails. You could use the ones that I shared. For example, you could think about your before and after story, your teaching email, your breaking down misconceptions email, and then your ask. What do you want to put in front of people as an offer, whether it's your own product, or if you don't have a product yet, maybe the product of an affiliate that you know would really benefit your audience.
Yeah, absolutely. I do that in my welcome sequence. I'm sure everyone here has seen that, or at least has seen those examples, but I do that as well. I give photos, and then I continue to give more photos, and then I give out my resource list of all the free tools that I use, which, doesn't necessarily benefit me on the affiliate, end in terms of that, but it benefits them so much. And I truly believe in that give. So
yeah.
And so I'm seeing Donna saying that, her biggest takeaway was turning blogs into emails, which is fantastic. What a great call to action too.
Yeah. And even the other way too, like if I read an email that I saw like a lot of people loved, I'm like, oh, I don't want to just send this once. Like, I want to get this to more people. Like, maybe I'll flesh it out into a blog post. Maybe I'll even create a video to go with it.
Yeah. I've sent emails in the past where I got a lot of replies back, and I was like, wow, this one really resonated with people. And I can't believe how many replies I got, which tells you that piece of content is gold and can really be fleshed out into bigger things, videos, Instagram posts, and really you could expand upon that. And so Shannon's saying her takeaway is making my story be part of my email sequence. And I love that. I absolutely love that. So
yeah, that's one of my favorite, even to read, like when I join someone's email list, especially if it's someone I'm really interested in learning from, I'm always curious, like how they got to where they're going to be, whether it's starting a business or even like, I'm in the travel sector. It's like, how did you quit your job and start traveling in an RV across the US? Like, I want to know how you even got started with that. So I feel like it's just like a really smart email to send. And even just going back to what you were saying with emails, I feel like email can also be a great test of an idea. Like, writing a blog post is really time consuming, whereas writing an email, like for a personal example, I wrote an email about balancing travel and a love life. Like, I am engaged and I still travel, not right this second because of quarantine, but usually I do travel every month, and I'm like, okay, I think people would be interested in this. That was one of the most popular emails I've ever sent. And I was like, wow, it's not what I would usually totally send. So it was kind of a good way to test the idea and think like, okay, maybe now this could be a bigger blog post or
Yeah.
a video or something else.
I really like that. That's a great idea. And yeah, I think that's a great way to put into practice research and also just practice of writing emails, and then incorporating their stories is a great thing to continue to do. And I am always surprised at what people remember. Always. People will always DM me and ask me about things that I forgot that I shared.
Yeah.
So it really does help paint a picture of who you are and helps you become more relatable, but also just is more engaging. So I think this was great. If anybody has any questions, pop it in the chat before we end. But I wanted to thank you for coming on and doing this for our members. Whoever didn't show up today, we will be posting this as a replay for them. So
perfect. Yeah. And if anyone thinks of something later, or if anyone's watching the replay and has questions, like don't be shy about emailing or, DMing on Instagram, whatever. I'm happy to answer questions.
Well, it looks like no one else has any questions, so I guess we'll end it here. And I really appreciate you again. So have a good day.
Thank you, everyone.
Later.
Enjoy the rest of the day.
Bye.